Oh, gotcha.
It's June 1st, 2026, 5:45 p.m. We're going to call this Finance Committee meeting to order. Present are council members Barker, Koss, Chute, Lemley, and Marmee. First item is the balance of the general fund is at $1,146,471. And the balance of the budget stabilization fund is at $1,485,195. First item on the agenda is a resolution authorizing and directing the mayor of the city of Newark to prepare and submit applications to the Department of Homeland Security for fiscal year 2025 Fire Act grant programs in support of training programs, equipment purchases, funding for personnel, fire prevention, and fire safety programs throughout the city.
And the city will be applying for the Assistance to Firefighters grant, and that grant will concentrate on equipment needs.
Questions? Mr. Barker?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So this grant specifically, even though it has all these different options, is going to be targeted for equipment.
AFG includes the AFG grant, which is, it could be equipment, it could be trucks, EMS. SAFER is the hiring grant.
Right.
The city is going to apply for the AFG grant for
Okay.
equipment,
Okay.
not the other programs.
Okay. I'll offer a motion. Second.
Motion by Barker, second by Chute. And the 90% matching, that means that if we spend 100%, they're gonna match 90%? Okay. Any additional questions and or comments? Seeing none, all those in favor, send us on full council, signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. That motion passes 5-0. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is a request for appropriation in the amount of $265.29.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We have one of our special duty, or one of our fire inspectors works in special duty for some food truck inspections. It's overtime. We're simply just asking that money back to supplement our overtime account.
Motion.
Motion by Barker, second by Chute. Questions and or comments? Seeing none, all those in favor, send us on to full council, signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. That motion passes 5-0. Thank you, Chief. Next item on the agenda is an ordinance setting compensation and stating policy with respect to chiefs and deputy chiefs of the city of Newark, Ohio, repealing all ordinances and resolutions in conflict with this ordinance and declaring an emergency.
Good evening. I'm Christina Barth with the HR Department Assistant Director. I'm here to present the policy requesting the wages of 2026, 4%, 2027, 3% plus the $2 market adjustment, 2028, 3% plus the $2 market adjustment. Market adjustment uniformity with fire and FOP to maintain the rank pay separation. That was corrected back in 2023, along with to avoid any type of wage compression and to stay competitive with the market. Also requesting to end the policy a change with the health insurance waiver. We changed it from 3,000 to 1,500, which is the same that we did with all the union contracts and the other policies.
Questions? Comments? I guess I just have you. So where's the comparison to support the $2 differential? I understand the percentages, but we adjusted. They got their adjustment at the rate of almost 19%, 27%, 19%, and 27%. So I understand your statements as far as the differentiation, but is it an exact amount?
So with the wage increases and the $2 adjustment, based on Morrissey, Mid-Ohio Regional Planning Commission, for 2026, it puts them in the low range of the wages. And then in 2028, it actually gets them back up, but only to the mid-range for the 2026 wages, in accordance to Morrissey's survey for those positions. Yes, back in 2023, there was an increase because there was a compression in the ranks and also being competitive with the market at that time. And then we also corrected the ranks between the chiefs and deputy chiefs with that percentage. Not giving it, I think, will put us back in that same situation as 2023. It's where in a few years we'll have to come back and possibly request large percentage, where if we just follow suit now, that keeps us in competitive with the market.
And back to my question, is the exact amount?
Exact amount, Director Hickman has the wages, he has the amounts for you.
Thank you. So I guess the exact amount of.
A differentiation,
I'm sorry,
of differentiation.
Differentiation between what?
The ranks, that's what your justification for this is. Is
All
the
right, so,
exact same,
okay, so.
is it the exact same amount of differentiation?
No. So what we've always tried to do with all contracts is have a certain percentage between ranks. So within the fire division, it's 11.5% between ranks. In the police division, it's 18% between ranks. Right now, as of today, a deputy chief makes $15 more a pay period than assistant chief. There is an annual difference of like $413 a year. So, and which is like 0.33%. So if, bear with me just a second. So if we do, what we're asking for here is nothing more than anybody else in the city's getting. It's in line with what.
That's not what I'm asking. I'm asking, what's the exact amount that would create the exact amount of differential as it is today?
I don't understand to create what differential, what are you comparing?
You're saying the differential between the ranks, that's what you're saying,
I'm just trying
to
to give you an
maintain that.
illustration of where we're
I
at.
know, that's what I'm asking, what is the amount that maintains the exact same differential that we have today?
Okay, well, today the differential is $413 a year. These guys have been working without a contract since the first of the year.
Okay, I'm saying if we change this, what is the dollar amount that would create the exact same differential as it was at the end of 2025 then?
That I don't know what that
Okay.
figure is.
All right.
But what I'm trying to say is that right now, there's only $400 a year difference between pay. So what is
You
being
mean what
proposed?
they are currently getting paid in the unions and what we have not negotiated or
Correct,
put forth
as
here?
of today, yeah. So
Right.
since January 1, all right, the pay between an assistant chief and a deputy chief has basically been the same. And again, in fire, we have a contractual difference between ranks of 11.5%. In police department, it's 18%. So with what was proposed with this additional $2 every year, at the end of, bear with me here, at the end of, in 2026, there would be a 4.35% differential in ranks between an assistant chief and a deputy chief. In 2027, that differential would go up to 7.7%, and then in 28, it would go up to 10.9%. So by the end of this 3 years, we would be back up to that differential that we've always tried to maintain.
Yes.
So, hear me here. you say assistant chief and deputy chief. What is the difference?
Well, they're two separate ranks. An assistant chief is a rank below deputy chief. Fire department has additional rank structure, so they have assistant chiefs. The police department, they don't have that additional rank structure.
I guess thank you for explaining that. I guess here's my concern is that in addition to the adjustment we made in 23, they also got large bonuses at that time.
I'm not aware of any bonuses that were given.
The
to
bonuses were adjusted up at that time. So the chiefs got almost $18,000 in a bonus, and the deputy chiefs got almost $12,000 in additional bonuses then.
Are you saying bonuses or pay increases? Because to me, they're two separate things.
Yeah, so they got a pay increase, a substantial, from 8% at the high end to 18% at the high end, plus an additional bonus on top of that. I guess here's my issue. We just had a safety levy out there. It got voted down. We on this dais are getting complaints. We're from different, not on the fire side as much as the police side. We've addressed some of those. I've got constituents who have problems with this pay raise because they don't feel like enforcement's happening on the police side. I'm just going to say it straight. And I've talked to the chief about it. He and I spoke about it last week. I have trouble because I feel we already made the adjustments. I'm fine to do a 4 like we traditionally would do, those percentages, but my phone's ringing off the hook upset from constituents that we asked for money, we didn't, it got voted down, and we're given these pay raises. Now, contractually, we have to the union, that's what we had to do, but we've got to look even deeper. So I guess my big thing is I feel like we made these adjustments already at the chief level.
Okay, so those and you're right, we did. They had a substantial increase last time, but that was done due to market forces, to comparisons. And if we don't do something now, we're going to be right back into that same boat again. So if we do nothing, if we just go with the 4, 3, and 3 without the additional adjustments at the end of this contract, they're going to stay at a flat 4.35% differential between ranks.
And did you look at anywhere beside Morpsey for that information to compare us?
That, I don't need to look at any place else, because that's just an internal comparison. We don't need to look at Morpsey for that. That's a differential between ranks within our own division. Okay. Again, this is asking for what is in line with what ASME got, what's going to be proposed to council tonight for all the management and non-bargaining people. The difference between the two proposals is, over the life of the contract, approximately $43,000 additional for those 6 individuals, which comes out to just a little bit over $7,000 per individual over 3 years.
Thank you, Director.
Additional questions or comments? I'm hearing a lot about the safety levy has gone down. I have a lot of support for the fact that folks think that we need to have a new model with the fire department, that there's some additional changes in modeling, possibly even with our police force that could occur. They're asking why the large pay raises. We gave the large pay raises last time, and it's hard to justify a differential when we already adjusted that differential. I know you're comparing Morpsey, but there's some major metropolitan areas that are in there that skew those numbers.
excuse me, but I did not use, any of the numbers I gave you, you did not use any emergency data.
Well, she did,
Okay.
okay? And she mentioned it.
Okay.
So, the biggest thing that I'm seeing is, you know, we've got to change things or else the city could go broke. And we're not changing things. There's, you know, I've been talking about modeling now for 3 years, over 3 years. All I got was the response that, no, it won't work. And so, but it's working in other communities. Now, if we have to pay for a study to have it done, then it's going to be, you know, that way. I agree that as far as on the police side, recently I've been hearing complaints, and citizens are being told that Newark City Council wants a crackdown, so we're going to ticket you for parking the wrong way on the street. Blaming it on Newark City Council. You know, we want enforcement in our city, but, you know, we can't get enforcement for e-bikes, but we're getting strict enforcement on parking cars the wrong way. Yeah, it's just, and stopping somebody and giving them a ticket because they didn't signal within 100 feet of a stop sign. I agree that we should keep up with pay raises, but the differential amount when we gave, you know, we made huge changes back then. And here's the thing, I believe that there should be a separation of pay within the ranks, but to state that we're going to keep it at 11% and 18% just because we've done that forever, you know, things are changing. And I can't say that we need to maintain that same percentage. Now, I think our chiefs do a great job, you know, as far as I'm not saying that they're doing anything wrong, but we also need to do more. And it wasn't the chiefs that are saying that out on the streets about city council. They're not the ones that are saying, they would never say that about us. But we need to make sure that, you know, we're getting what we can out of it. The other thing is, and I'll ask the mayor, can we even afford this? I mean, we're facing a budget disaster, not next year, but the year after and the year after that, with all these adjustments. Oh, it's going to be ugly. And I don't know about you, but I don't want layoffs. I'd like to avoid layoffs. And I want to make sure that we're doing everything up here as far as watching and monitoring the budget to make sure that we're being fair with our taxpayer dollars. So just to know, so you know kind of where I stand on it. I mean, I know I've talked to you before about it. That's kind of where I'm at. All right. Any other comments, questions? Budget-wise, Mr. Mayor, where are we looking at if this goes through this way?
Well, I guess we're worried about $40-some thousand, and we didn't worry about millions with the personnel that work underneath them. So I think the question about the budget constraint should have been back then. And some thoughts on council's side of what your multi-million-dollar raises at that level. That's my opinion. One leads to another.
Okay, so we can shoot down tonight then, what we're using Rule 11? Should we do that? The union contracts were the union contracts. We couldn't do anything about that. So are you saying we should shoot down the ones tonight for supervisors and?
No, I'm saying we support it because it's building $40-some thousand. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So, but the Volkswagen plan, the only way that interjects is you've got about 19 or 20 communities that have submitted what their chiefs get paid. And that's how that data is used. That's submitted. Volkswagen just collects it. It's submitted from each of the communities. There's all different types, big and small. It isn't necessarily just the Upper Arlingtons and the Worthingtons, I should say. So it's quite a variety of them. But that's just how that looks at it. We look at it that way. So keeping a spread, is important, whatever that percent is. I'm not gonna jump on that exactly, but I think we gave enough, if you remember, adjustments beyond the percentage to the staff that closes that gap pretty quick. $7 adjustments and some higher number of things closes that gap quite a bit, so that was a concern there a little bit. But, the overall cost of this is very little compared to what we did larger. And yeah, I mean, the only thing we've done with the union contracts is go another step into the next step and taking a risk, and sure, and there's no guarantee to that either way, but that's part of the negotiating.
Yeah, the number I have is double that as far as the cost. It's over double that, so I don't know where the $40,000.
Can I interject? So the number I came up with was just based upon salary alone, and that was numbers that were provided by the auditor's office. Did not include markups for pension pickup and those sort of things.
Mr. Chairman, if you want, again, I'm not looking to sway the vote one way or the other, but just I've heard 7,000, 40,000. The cost for the chiefs in 2026 is 25,912.62. In 2027, it's 41,187.11. And in 28, it's 42,422.72. So total cost for all 3 years was 109,522.45 for the chiefs.
Okay,
And that's what the roll-offs are.
Yes.
and that's not including the deputies, right?
Yes. That's total.
It's total with the
Yeah,
deputies. Okay,
So it's a total of 100, yes. 100 for the chief.
okay.
Hold on, Ryan, 110 for chiefs and deputy chiefs, or just chiefs?
Both.
Both. Okay, all right,
Yeah.
just wanted to clarify.
We need 6 people.
Any additional?
Mr. Chairman. If I may, I'll just say, I'm in support of it. I think the leadership is just as important as our rank and file, and we're moving in the right direction. And I think, to squabble over what is not a huge amount in perspective, like the mayor has said, sends the wrong signal to everybody. So I will be in support of the legislation as it is. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Do I have a motion or?
I'll make a motion.
Second. Motion by Chu, second by Cost. Any additional questions and or comments from anyone? Seeing none, all those in favor, send us on the full council, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?
Aye.
Motion passes 3-2.
Thank you.
Thank you. With that, this finance committee meeting stands adjourned. Next up is personnel. Okay,
I'm just telling you what I'm.
gotcha.
I just want to put that one to bed.
Molly, be a friend.
It's the first time I really.
That's what that is. It's not that I don't. I think there's a lot of people talking here themselves.
Oh, good.
I don't want to get one. But when I'm not saying you, but I mean it. Someone once said that 2 years, you should use it proportionally. It felt like for a long time, there's a lot of learning involved. So I'm trying to, but when I do think something is important, I will speak up.
Yeah, well, no, but you're
Appreciate you.
So what I was telling you, just to be clear, what you're gonna go on roll 11 tonight, and they're clumped in there. So you're beginning to break. Okay, just so you
Not that.
Yeah.
get that, as you pass it, yeah.
No,
Yeah, okay.
If we pass it, it goes back into council.
Yeah, but just say, but just so you know, they are falling into getting these rates. It's
Yes.
gonna- You can click with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Mark's giving me that will pass this legislation. I'm hoping that we'll do it for lack of second. Michelle's not here, she's in traffic.
Oh, does she have a replacement?
Huh?
Does she have a replacement? Do you have a replacement? Somebody that's sitting for her?
No, you know what? We talked about that.
Michelle's in traffic. Michelle is in traffic.
Michelle is in traffic,
And she's on personnel.
coming out of Columbus in an accident.
Oh, I was coming out to tell you, whatever y'all were talking about is all live stuff, so.
Slides?
Oh, it is?
Yeah, it's still all live. We just roll and roll and roll.
Can somebody else sit in her place if she didn't ask?
Okay, so she didn't have a replacement.
If she didn't have a replacement, you just rolled it.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. Right. How far away is she?
I don't know. I talked to her at 5. She had not given her presentation yet. She was in Columbus. There was a huge accident. They said it was an hour long. So, with a deep breath, so we have, should we do this? Not, okay, we got all the one. Okay, you guys good? Okay, I will call the Personnel Committee to order, please. We have 2 items on our agenda tonight. The first being ordinance.
Point of order. Roll call.
Roll call, I just remembered. Shute is here, Labutus is here, Marmee is here, Ingold is here. Ms. Newman is in traffic in a huge accident apparently on her way from Columbus. Our first ordinance is ordinance number 26-20, an ordinance amending the position classification, pay range and department authorization tables of the City of Newark, Department of Service, Division of Water and Wastewater by abolishing one water meter customer representative position classification, while creating one water meter technician position classification and setting the compensation therefore. Mr. Fox, can you give us some scoop here?
Yeah, you read a lot there, so that's good. I don't have to do that. So basically, I'll repeat some of that. We have 3 positions in our water meter department that they are responsible for reading meters, replacing meters, troubleshooting, turning water off, turning water on, all those customer service related items. Currently, we have 2 water meter customer representative positions and 1 water meter technician. And the water meter tech, these are some legacy positions that if you remember, now we have automatic reading. So everybody's water meter remotely reads into our system. Prior to that, we had 6 or 7 people that went out every day, every month and read meters on your houses or your businesses. So that was a water meter customer representative position. Because we don't have that anymore, the position has been elevated a little bit for the technician position. And that technician position does everything that a customer representative does, but also has the ability to test our large meters. So we have 40 to 50 large meters in our system over 3 inches that we test to make sure that they're reading accurately, because those are our large volume customers that we want to make sure are reading accurately. Additionally, these 2 positions with our lead service line work, when the meters are replaced, when that lead service line replacement happens, they go in and seal those meters. So we're doing 6 a day of those, so these 2 positions are also doing that work. So back to what we have. We have 2 current positions and 1 vacant. The vacant water meter customer representative position is the one we're looking to change. We want to abolish it and create another water meter technician position.
the goal of this is, when we're not gonna fill that position. If this legislation passes, we're gonna hold that position until we have, a vacancy that occurs with our other water meter customer rep position. And then we would abolish that one, and then we would fill the water meter technician position. So in the general, the goal of this is to get where I can have 2 water meter technician positions only. And so that they can do the same job, they can have redundancy. Because with a department of 2, it's very difficult when we have one person vacant. You know, it puts a big burden on the person. So that's the goal of this. Happy to answer any questions. It's about a $1,500 a year increase in cost to the department. The other reason we're looking to do this is it's kind of a proactive change. We're not looking to fill this position now. We're waiting until a vacancy occurs through a retirement or whatever happens. Then we would fill that position. Just because we don't want to wait until it does happen, because we would have to go through this 6-week process plus the 30-day council time plus the hiring process. So we're just trying to be proactive on it. I think that's it. I'm happy to answer any questions you have for it. I know there's been some discussion on some previous positions about having vacant positions that we're not planning to fill. Fully understand that. Again, we're not planning to fill it. It's been on our books for years. It's been sitting there vacant, so we just want to change it to what we need, so that when a vacancy does occur, we'll be able to fill it quickly and get those people to work. So, happy to answer any questions you have.
Questions for Mr. Fox at all?
Madam Chair. So I got kind of confused there for a second.
Yeah, that's a lot.
So you're abolishing one and creating another, but you're leaving the one that you're creating vacant until there's another vacancy?
Correct. So we have 3 positions with 2 filled currently.
As the water meter customer rep, right?
We have 2 customer reps and 1 technician currently.
Mm-hmm.
One of the customer reps is vacant.
Okay.
So I'm looking to abolish that one and make it a technician. So then, once this passes, I would have 2 technicians and 1 customer rep, but I would not fill the technician position until my other customer rep position is vacated.
Gotcha.
So I'm only planning to ever have 2 filled positions. And then once the transition happens where I have 2 technicians, I could come back to this board, to this council and abolish the other customer rep if that's what, the desire would be. But at this point, still only having 2 filled positions.
Any other comments, or do I have a motion?
A motion. Second.
First by Mr. Labutus, second by Mr. Shute. Any other questions, comments? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, we're good.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Brandon, for coming. The next item we have on our agenda tonight is to look at ordinance number 2609, an ordinance amending the position classification, pay range, and department authorization tables of the City of Newark, Department of Judicial, Division of Licking County Municipal Courts, by abolishing 1 court security bailiff position classification and abolishing the position classification of assistant jury commissioner, and abolishing the position classification of small claims administrator, while creating 1 additional bailiff position classification and 1 magistrate administrative assistant position classification, and setting the compensation therefor. Do I have a motion? Well, go ahead. Then I'll ask for some comments. Do I have a motion?
I motion.
Do I have a second? Hearing no second, we will, the matter will just die for lack of a second. But Judge, Judge Liston, did you want to come up and say anything about this?
Thank you. Good evening. I'm retired Judge Teresa Liston here serving as your magistrate. Judge Stansbury would have been with me tonight. He's on vacation. The only thing that I wanted to talk about briefly was I was going to make a rather unusual request, which was, would somebody please not second this? Here's what has occurred, and we want to go back. These ordinances are part of a much larger project that I'm currently involved in. I was brought here because of my years of experience to review divisions of the court and to offer suggestions for making them more efficient, as well as looking at the current magistrate's position and helping the court plan for growth. As the other two branches are. Our executive branch is planning, our legislative branch is planning for growth, and the court has to plan for growth. I think what I'm here to tell you is that we're going to be offering this in a more comprehensive package so that the pieces of it are not misunderstood. But this package is bringing you solutions for many things I heard mentioned already tonight in prayer committee meetings. There are incredible efficiencies that we're looking at bringing into the court system that will save the general fund. I know the city is in desperate situations. I just helped a few other cities in the past few years get through the same thing by reevaluating the court's budget. And here we have our branch of government coming to you to offer our assistance in fighting the financial situation that the city's in. And I think we have an incredible plan coming through that will involve reorganization of human resources, new utilizations of technology, use of law that has not been put into effect. And Judge Stansbury and I met with Councilmember Engel to get that generally announced. And so I think you're gonna get tired of hearing from me, but I think you're going to hear some very good news. Just as an example, one small piece of technology that was implemented less than 3 months ago has already saved us $22,000. One tiny little tweak. And I have a legal pad with thousands of tiny little leaks that I believe we're going to be able to very easily take care of. And Judge Stansbury and I are excited, in fact. I'm thrilled to be able to have an opportunity to get in here and help solve this. You've got an entire branch of government now coming in saying, we can help too. It's not just council and the executive. We're a big part of that and we can help too. And I'm here to pledge that 100%. So you're gonna be hearing more from me. It's gonna be positions like this, but it's gonna be some other things as well. And thank you, I don't want to waste any more of your time. But I'll be back.
Thank you, Judge. Okay, we did have a motion made, but died for a lack of second. So we will set that that ordinance aside. Any other business for tonight for the committee? Hearing none, we will dismiss the committee meeting.